Attention seniors, there is an important change you need to know about. Starting this week, the Social Security Administration has updated its rules, and if you are not aware of it, you could face real problems. Your benefit payments might be delayed, returned, or even misdirected to the wrong account. This new policy directly affects how you update your banking information, something many people have relied on for years. In this video, we are going to go step by step through what exactly has changed, why this decision was made, and most importantly, the safest options you still have available. By the end, you will clearly understand the only 3 secure ways left to keep your direct deposit details current. So stay with me until the end, because this update can impact your financial security. And before we begin, type the word SAFE in the comments to let me know you are paying attention. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Part 1, the old rule. How it used to work. Let's begin with how things used to work, because only by looking back at the old process can we fully understand the impact of this new change. For many years, updating your direct deposit information with Social Security followed a clear and fairly simple path. If you needed to switch where your benefits were sent, maybe you moved your money to a credit union. Maybe your old bank account had too many fees. Or perhaps your account had been compromised. You could take care of it with one phone call. The process was straightforward. You would call the National Social Security phone line, speak directly with a live representative, answer a series of security questions to confirm your identity, and then provide your new routing and account number. Within minutes, your payment details could be updated. For countless seniors, this phone option was not just a convenience. It was a necessity. Many older adults live in rural areas where the nearest Social Security office might be an hour or 2 away. Public transportation is limited or even non-existent in some places. And while online services have been heavily promoted for years, the reality is that not everyone has reliable internet. Not everyone feels safe sharing financial information online. And many seniors simply do not feel comfortable navigating complicated government websites. For these reasons, the phone method became a lifeline. There are many stories of seniors who depended on this option. Imagine an 88-year-old widow whose local bank branch suddenly closed, forcing her to open a new account. With the old system, she could pick up the phone, call Social Security, and fix her direct deposit within a few minutes. That quick call meant she would not miss a single benefit payment, saving her from the stress of going weeks without income. Of course, the system was not perfect. Mistakes did occur. Sometimes the wrong account number was entered, and the money bounced back before being reissued. But overall, it worked. More importantly, it felt human. Seniors could explain their situation to a real person, feel heard, and have their issue resolved without leaving the comfort of their home. That human connection and essential convenience, something so many relied on, has now been taken away. Part 2, the new rule. What changed? Now let's move to the new rule. The one that has completely changed how seniors can manage their Social Security banking information. Beginning this week, the Social Security Administration no longer allows beneficiaries to update their direct deposit details by phone. That option has been removed entirely. It does not matter if you have been receiving benefits for 3 decades. It does not matter if you have always passed every single security question without fail. If you try to call, the representative on the other end will tell you, sometimes politely, sometimes with less patience, that they cannot process the change. Instead, you will be directed to handle it in one of 3 other ways: by using your online My Social Security account, by traveling to a local SSA office in person, or by mailing in the proper form. Some people may think, I'll just call and ask to speak with someone more helpful. But that is no longer possible. This isn't a question of persuading the right employee. The technology itself has been altered so that phone representatives are now completely locked out of entering new bank information. The system blocks them from typing in the details at all. Already, many older adults are discovering how disruptive this change can be. Clients have reported sitting on hold for nearly an hour, only to be told that they must drive long distances to reach an SSA office. Picture this: a 78-year-old man who had just moved into an assisted living facility found out his old bank account would be closing in 10 days. In the past, he could have resolved the issue in a 5-minute phone call. Now, he must scramble to arrange transportation across 2 towns just to reach the nearest SSA office. And let's be clear, this isn't a temporary measure related to the pandemic. It isn't a decision made by a single local branch. This is a nationwide rule, permanent and final. From this point forward, updating your direct deposit over the phone is no longer an option. The phone method, which once offered speed and convenience for seniors who needed it most, is gone for good. Part 3: Why SSA made this change. You might be asking yourself, why would the Social Security Administration take away something that so many people depended on? The official reason comes down to one word: fraud. For years, scammers have targeted older adults with phone calls that sound convincing and urgent. They pretend to be from Social Security, or sometimes they claim to represent your bank or even Medicare. Their goal is always the same: gain access to your personal details so they can redirect your benefits into a fraudulent account. Here is how these schemes often work. A scammer calls from a number that looks like it belongs to the SSA. Caller ID shows a government line, but it has been spoofed. The caller warns you that there has been suspicious activity on your account or that your payments have been temporarily frozen. Next, they pressure you to verify your bank details, thinking you are speaking to the real agency. You provide the information. In reality, you are handing over your direct deposit access to a criminal. What makes this even more dangerous is how much personal data is already available to criminals. Data breaches from companies, medical providers, or other institutions have put information like birth dates, home addresses, and even the last 4 digits of Social Security numbers into the wrong hands. With those details, scammers can sometimes answer the same security questions that were meant to protect you. That makes them harder to detect when the interaction happens over the phone. The SSA's response has been to close the door on phone updates altogether. By cutting off this channel, they hope to remove the opportunity for fraudsters to trick seniors into sharing banking details. On paper, this looks like a security improvement. No phone updates mean one less way for criminals to exploit people. But here is the problem. Fraud is not going away. Scammers will adapt and find new tactics. Meanwhile, the ones who feel the immediate impact are not the criminals but the everyday beneficiaries who use this phone option responsibly for years. It is a classic example of trying to solve one issue, but unintentionally creating another challenge for the very people the system is supposed to serve. Part 4: How this could impact you. At first glance, this new rule may look like nothing more than another layer of government red tape, but in reality, the consequences are far more serious, especially for older adults who depend on their Social Security benefits as their main or only source of income. To understand how disruptive this can be, picture a common situation. Imagine that your bank suddenly shuts down your account because of suspicious activity, or you decide to move your money to another institution that offers better fees or customer service. In the past, you could simply call Social Security, provide your new account details, and rest assured that your next benefit check would arrive without interruption. But now, when you try that same call, you are told flatly that no one can process the update over the phone. From that moment, several major problems appear. The first challenge is traveling to an SSA office in person. For people living in rural or suburban areas, these offices are few and far between. If you no longer drive, or if family members are unable to take you quickly, Reaching an office can become a daunting task. Even if you manage to get there, appointments are scarce, lines are long, and wait times can stretch into days or even weeks before your update is processed. The second obstacle is the online option. If you already have a My Social Security account and are comfortable with technology, it may not seem so bad. But many older adults do not use email regularly, do not own smartphones, or feel uneasy about online security. Setting up a new account requires a working email address, a phone or email for verification codes, and the ability to manage passwords and multi-factor authentication. For those unfamiliar with digital systems, this becomes a barrier instead of a solution. The third and slowest route is mailing in the official update form. This option can take weeks. As mail delays and processing times vary, if your benefits attempt to deposit into a closed account during this period, the money is sent back to SSA and the entire payment cycle has to restart. That means long gaps without access to the funds you depend on for rent, utilities, groceries, or medication. Even a delay of a single week can create serious hardship. Missed bills, unpaid prescriptions, and the stress of not knowing when your next payment will arrive all take a toll. This is not just a minor inconvenience, it is a direct threat to your financial stability and peace of mind. Part 5. The only 3 ways to update your bank info now. With phone updates permanently eliminated, many seniors are asking what steps they can still take to make sure their Social Security benefits are deposited into the correct bank account. The answer is clear. There are only 3 options left, and no exceptions beyond these. The first method is to visit your local Social Security office in person. This requires some preparation. You will need to locate the nearest office, confirm its hours of operation, and bring valid photo identification issued by the government. You should also have your new bank account information ready, along with supporting documents such as a recent bank statement or a voided check. While this might sound straightforward, in reality, it can be a major challenge for many older adults. Some SSA offices are housed in government buildings that are not easily accessible. Lines are often long, and in some locations, you may even need to book an appointment several weeks in advance. The second option is to use the My Social Security online portal. If you already have an account, logging in and making the update may be relatively quick. However, for those who have never set up an account, the process can be intimidating. Creating one involves verifying your identity with personal details, completing multi-factor authentication, and setting up strong passwords. While the portal is designed to be secure, many seniors find the process confusing or worry about cyber threats. This option works best for those who are somewhat comfortable with technology and have regular access to email and a phone for verification codes. The final method is the most traditional, submitting Form 1199 Ampere, the direct deposit sign-up form, through the mail. This path is typically the slowest. Mail can be delayed or misplaced, and once received, the SSA processing time can take several weeks. If your benefits are scheduled to deposit into a closed account during this period, the funds will bounce back to SSA, and the entire payment process has to start over. This could leave you without income for an extended time, which is why mailing the form is best reserved as a backup plan when the other 2 methods are not available. Above all, one rule is now absolute. If anyone calls you offering to update your bank details over the phone, it is a scam. SSA will not, under any circumstances, ask for your banking information by phone anymore. Part 6. How to protect yourself going forward. The most important step you can take right now is to prepare before a change becomes urgent. This new rule is already in effect, and it is here to stay. Waiting until your bank account is closed or you suddenly need to switch could leave you scrambling. Instead, act now. If you do not yet have a My Social Security account, create one today. The process may feel overwhelming at first, but having it ready will give you the fastest and safest way to update your banking information whenever necessary. Setting up your account in advance ensures you won't be caught off guard if your financial situation changes. It also helps your family or trusted caregivers. Many seniors depend on spouses or adult children to assist with financial matters. So it is vital that those close to you also know about this new rule and the options available. In addition, keep the contact information for your local SSA office handy. Write down the mailing address and phone number so you can reach them quickly if needed. Whenever possible, schedule appointments ahead of time rather than waiting until the last minute. Since offices can be crowded and delays are common, planning in advance saves stress later. Above all, remain cautious about phone calls. Scammers are constantly refining their tactics, and some calls may sound very convincing. As a rule, never share your personal or banking information with someone who calls you. Only provide details if you are the one who initiated the call using an official SSA contact number. This small precaution can prevent major losses. Remember, Social Security benefits are more than just monthly payments. They are a lifeline. Protect them with the same seriousness you would protect your home, your health, and your family. Staying informed and preparing early are your strongest defenses. Thank you for watching and staying informed about these important Social Security updates. Remember, knowing the rules now can save you from stress and financial hardship later. If today's breakdown helped you understand the new changes more clearly, let me know by dropping a quick comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to keep receiving straightforward updates without complicated jargon, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest alerts. Your support makes it possible to keep bringing this information to more people who need it. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next update.